We were hoping Chebukati would be here, the chair. And he has denied the country the opportunity to hear both sides of the story in a very arrogant manner. We'll be dealing with that matter shortly. The tone of his letter, the arrogance, is something we will deal with. I think I would say high-handedness with which you are talking about. And you're not the first commissioners he has differed with. He differed with Commissioner Kombe, differed with the other 3 commissioners in 2017, with the 4 of you, with Chiloba. It cannot be that the 4 commissioners, 3 commissioners, Commissioner Kombe, Chiloba are all wrong, and only one man called Chebukati is right. There must be something about his personality which goes to the root of the problem, because Article 138 is very clear, and the matter came up before the commission, before the Supreme Court. Looking at the ruling, particularly clause 48 of that ruling, the chairperson had submitted that the issue of verifying and tallying was his exclusive authority. The Supreme Court differed with him. In the paragraph 49, they were very categorical. And if I may read that, we find that the chairperson cannot arrogate to himself the power to verify and to tally the results of the presidential election to the exclusion of the other members of the commission, meaning yourselves. And indeed, Article 138.10, this is what he's been relying on, because he's saying as a returning officer, it was his prerogative. And they said, indeed, Article 138.10 of the Constitution, although the power to declare the results of a presidential election after verification and tallying is vested in the chairperson, he does so only as a delegate of the commission, one of you having sat, tallied, verified, and you announced. I do remember, and Irene Masit will remember, Isaac Hassan was also our classmate at the university. When he was faced with a similar situation in the previous election, the declaration of the results was delayed for almost 7 hours. When Isaac Hassan sat with his colleagues, they were able to build consensus. And when they came out as a united commission to make that declaration. Now, the concern of this team is that going into the future, having listened from you, you are sidelined, given peripheral roles, and your co-mandate was not, you're not given the opportunity to exercise it. In future, there's a danger of a rogue chairman. You are 7, this chairman had 2 only, minority supporting him. The majority of you, up to today, have not owned those results, which still cast the shadow on the legitimacy. Even if we say the Supreme Court's ruling was final, many Kenyans, half of this country, did not vote for this president. The majority of that commission did not agree with these results. That shadow can never go away. We are saying those servers be opened, and I'm happy to hear from Terera, you have the view that the servers be opened. Many Kenyans want the audit to be done and the truth to be known. We are very grateful. You have time to appear before us, and like your arrogant chair, who
but I don't think it is fair for you to have constantly. It is also not fair for him to have constantly gone on the vestiges of the character of a person, but of people who are here. But when you start casting aspersion on people who are not here, and to try and derogate their characters because you do not like what he did or what he decided, it's not fair.
And if you make your point,
no, the guilty are afraid. Maybe there's something is afraid.
Honorable Omar and Honorable Eugene
must stop.
Honorable Omar, we've had you, and maybe we'll just like we protected.
I was actually going to deal with the more serious matters rather than this emotional outburst. In fact, Vice Chair, I was going to say just like Omar.
That's okay.
Omar.
Fair enough.
I was only saying just like we protected Honorable Eugene from a very lethal attack by a stakeholder, we must equally protect Honorable Chebukati, Commissioner Chebukati, from unwarranted attacks since he's not here to defend himself.
Fair enough, Co-Chair. Let me say this. We can get back to the issues. It was so nice to listen to the two commissioners who are practically in exile, whatever the circumstances, because they fear for their lives. Some of the clarifications you'll probably get from your colleagues. But the important thing is you stick to your guns and you say those results were not proper on account, among other things, of the absence of Form 34C. We heard that from Commissioner Wanderi. That is what actually should have been announced. And even then, and I think actually, come to think of it, these commissioners have afforded us an opportunity as a committee to even do an audit, come to think of it. It's part of a serious auditing we are doing. So we really owe it to them. We'll do the Chebukati matter after this, and I think that should bring closure since he's not here for reasons best known to himself. But Form 34C, up to today, the Commission has never actually published in the, if I understand it correctly, has never published in the official Kenya Gazette the results in accordance with the 290 constituencies plus one constituency in the diaspora. Is that correct, Commissioner Wanderi, or indeed the Vice Chair? And